Real estate agents, there's a new shift happening in social media right now. Nobody seems to be talking about it. Nobody seems to be bringing it up, but I will, and you can definitely use this to your advantage starting today if you actually wanted to. So no longer are the days where you have to have like 100,000 followers just to get leads coming in consistently, or you have to be like your Ryan Serhants of $1 million listings with all these big production teams and fancy editing softwares. No longer are those days true. Matter of fact, it's actually quite the opposite nowadays. A completely 180 shift that you can take advantage of and still win in a big way. So with all these different pages and all these different agents all around the world, right, trying to build these big old followings, these big old pages, there's something called a micro niche page that you may already just have the base for. You may already be building right now and you don't even realize it yet. But a micro niche page is basically a page that hyper focuses on one lane within a big industry. Now, you may be asking yourself, what are you talking about? I'm already doing that, focusing on one lane, that lane being real estate. But it's just a little bit deeper than that in terms of how you can go about this in order to see the most amount of success with a micro niche page, right? Now, these pages are actually designed to not go for the viral trends or go for any of the, big views. Now, if that happens to happen, then sure, that's great. But these pages actually aren't meant for tons and tons of views on a single video. It's more of tons and tons of views from a lot of videos because you'll be putting out so much volume on these types of pages. It'll just end up being like this one big library where it just has a lot of videos with a good amount of views for what the page is worth. And that ends up being, if you total it up, a lot of views from the right audience. That's the important thing here, from the right audience. Now, this is the very anti-hustle and anti-salesy way of going about it. I know as real estate agents, it's kind of hard to flick that switch off where you're not trying to be a salesperson, because all you think about throughout the day is sales, 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 leads, 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 clients, clients, clients. That's all you're thinking about. And so when you put out content, naturally your tone and your vibe of your videos just scream salesy and hustle like, right? But this way of going about it is actually a different approach. It's more of a calm approach or chill approach. It's going with the flow of your audience instead of trying to entertain them and give them the best possible production value. I want you to think about this for a second. When you hop on social media, what is your goal? Is your goal to get stimulated or be busy with social media? No, your goal is usually just to chill out for a second, usually to pass time or doom scroll, be entertained, just have a good laugh here and there. Your goal is to be in a chill state, is to be in a calm state. That's exactly what your audience is already doing whenever they're on social media. So where a lot of people go wrong is they'll hop on social media. You as the realtor, you'll hop on and you'll try to sell somebody something. Nobody hops on social media strictly to be sold to. Like this is their time to kind of calm down, get away from the world and just be entertained, be present. And so you have to meet them where they are. And instead of being a real estate agent trying to always sell them something, even if you're not intentionally doing it, that's the way you come off. You just have to bring yourself to be a person instead, embody that content creator spirit where it's like, I'm going to post just for the sake of posting, obviously with intention behind it, but it's not going to come off that way. I'm here to, connect with the audience, and knowing that if I connect with the audience over and over and over again, they will eventually give me in return what I'm looking for, which is their business. Now, I'm about to let you in. All right. I'm about to let you in on a very simple formula to follow when building these micro niche pages on social media and trying to get the most business out of it, because these are strictly, they're built for business. They're not built for going viral. They're not built for, the most entertainment value. No, they're mainly just built for building your brand in an intentional way and getting business from that at a high scale. With regular pages that aren't micro niche, you may get to 100,000 followers, but guess what? About 80% of those followers will never work with you. With these types of pages, the micro niche pages, you want to get to about, 5,000 followers, but you'll have about 4,000 of those people instead who will work with you. That's how it works. And so at that point, it's just increasing the amount of followers who have the greatest intention of working with you. So here's how it goes, right? Very simple. Giving people what they want to see, telling them what they want to hear, meeting them where they already are, and speaking their language. I'm about to break that down because this is very important. And if you just figure this part out, then with that knowledge alone, you'll already be ahead of 99% of other agents who just don't figure this out. So breaking it down line by line, right? Giving people what they want to see. What do people want to see? What does your audience who are actually looking to buy, sell, rent want to see? They want to see more houses. They want to see neighborhoods. They want to see all the stuff that they're actually, looking forward to. It has a bit of balance when it comes to the entertainment factor and the educational factor. They really just want to see what everybody else is already showing, the houses, the neighborhoods, but maybe in a little bit of a different way. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to get into that in a second because that's a part of this, right? So giving the audience what they want to see, you also have to tell them what they want to hear. What do they want to hear? When you're in these houses, when you're in these neighborhoods, they want to hear about the experience. They want to hear about your point of view. They don't want to hear, any bland general statistics that they can find on Google. No, they already know that. And if they don't, they can find that out elsewhere. Now, I'm not saying it's bad to say those things within your videos, but don't make that the sole focus because that's not actually what they want to hear. You'll bore them out way too much. It's good to be boring with the format, but not boring with the personality. I always say boring formats, boring videos mixed with a fun personality being your natural personality equals a lead gen goldmine. So don't bore them out with the format too much to the point where it's overtaking your personality, you as a person before a realtor. Just be natural. You're talking to your friend on the other side of the screen. Like people want to feel that connection, that authenticity through a screen nowadays. That's how they'll move forward. So if you're talking to a friend about these houses or neighborhoods, what exactly would you be telling them? What exactly do you know would move the needle for your friend? You know what I'm saying? Think about it that way, and then you'll have a much higher success rate with these videos. I'm not saying to lose all of your professionalism. No, that's not the case, but just understand that every real estate agent already sounds the same. So why would you want to say the same things as everybody else? You have to figure out that separator, that thing to get through to them. So giving people what they want to see, telling them what they want to hear, and meeting them where they are. Where are they? Well, they're on social media. They live on social media. Like that's where everybody is. I just saw a study, 94% of internet users, and internet users being 70% of the entire world. So 94% of internet users are on social media. 94% of people are not going to be at your local Costco. They're not going to show up to an event. They're not going to show up at an open house. No, but everybody's going to show up on social media. So you got to meet them where they are. And I guarantee going about it that way will really show them that you're putting in an effort to find them, that you're actually wanting to find them and help them out. I know it's a bit cliche since this is social media and everybody posts, but you got to understand that if you're actually giving them what they want to see and telling them what they want to hear, putting in that effort within your videos and your content to actually give them that, and having them do zero extra work to figure out what you're talking about, to figure out if I should watch this video or not. Like that right there, that's what it's all about. Lastly, you have to speak their language. Again, this goes back to actually treating them like a friend that they are. And this also goes back to turning off that switch of you being a real estate agent, trying to always sell, get clients. No, you got to flick that switch off and understand that you got to speak their language. And their language is not to be sold to. Their language is just to learn about stuff. It's just to see things that they want to see. Their language is to be chill about stuff. Again, these people are hopping on social media and they're in chill mode. They're in Zen mode. So you have to speak that language. You can't always be on a 10 when you're trying to sell something online. There's different ways to go about it and different ways to communicate. And if you can get your point across without seeming as salesy as you may be, then I guarantee you'll start to see a lot more people flood those DMs with, hey, can I get more information about this? Hey, I want us to reach out for this. Just because you eliminated their doubt by the way you spoke their language of, hey, this person seems kind of trustworthy. This person is somebody who I can see myself reaching out to and working with. Just because you spoke their language, that can literally change your situation around. So give people what they want to see, tell people what they want to hear, meet them where they are, and speak their language. If you can do all those 4 things and do it consistently at a good volume, and understanding that as a real estate agent, you don't need to blow up. You don't need to have the most viral videos. You just need a micro niche page that absolutely prints leads if you want it to. And that is the shift that not many people are seeing. But I'm here to tell you that you have an advantage right at your hands, especially if you are one of the ones starting off at like 0 followers or, a small following. You are literally at an advantage and you don't even know it. Like you're already ahead of everybody who hits like 50,000 followers, 100,000 followers. You don't need that. So I hope you understand that. Hope you enjoyed the video, and please take advantage of this new social media shift. I think you owe it to yourself to be able to see this thing through and do it a different way, because this different way is something that will definitely work for a lot of people moving forward. And I don't want you sitting on the sidelines saying, wow, they're actually doing it this way. I've never seen that before. Well, now you know. Now you can actually get out there and do it yourself. And as always, if you want to work with me, join the community. Link is down below in the description. I appreciate y'all watching though. And of course, I will see y'all in the next one.